And one thing I wish they could be on live on the mic with this, but we did have to talk about the Vince McMahon docuseries because it wasn't the way the artwork and everything looked. Excuse me, I thought it was going to be like more based on the things that transpired recently with Vince McMahon, but I thought the information was readily accessible, but it was still a good put together doc to me.
I guess to argue against that a little bit, though, if you look at what that artwork was showing, was just he was a puppet master, which is what that showed.
Yeah, he would. Yeah,
he was ultimately the best puppet. Like he was a monster.
Bro, he's a genius with the marketing for wrestling.
He's a monster as well. But
he was a monster.
Allegedly,
but you knew he was crazy when he had the. Did you see when they had the wild? What was his name? The Iron Sheik or something like that, yo. And then we really went to war, yo. And he had to chill, yo. He had to pump the brakes. He didn't care about anything, yo.
But they said
anything that will get the fans riled up, yo.
I think Zay said it before, and they said it on this documentary too. They said if you want to know like how the world actually is, like watch wrestling. Like that's cool little thought. I never thought of that because it's true. It feel like that. It feel like wrestling right now. It's happening outside WWE all day long, bro.
Yeah. I also thought it was cool because like I don't know why. I guess because we were so little. The one thing that stood out to me because of course I was on the dark side of the ring docs like for a minute. I was in like a dark binge of that for a minute, yo. But I didn't know NWO was first. You feel me? And basically D-Generation X was just following that up. Like I had no idea. That was the one cool takeaway I got from it. Cause like, yo, D-Generation X was so hard, yo. Like, yo, the Attitude Era was so dope, yo. As a kid, bro.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was super cool,
bro. Yeah. Zay, cause Zay, you know Zay, the wrestling aficionado, he had to put the hoodie on, yo.
The funny thing about it is though, like, when you learn just about like, cause we watched a lot of it when we were young, we understood it to a certain degree, but like WCW, this is why competition is good.
Yep.
WCW pushed them to become, first of all, keep it real, the Attitude Era was what the WCW did first.
Yeah, it was.
With the takeover with the outsiders that eventually it was Kevin Nash and
Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Well, they had to switch his name, Scott Hall.
Yeah, but and Kevin Nash was Diesel in WWF, WWE.
And they were technically the bad guys of the WWE at the time.
So they went over there with the outsiders, and then they brought in Hulk Hogan and became, the NWO. A lot of the crazy stuff and the storylines and all of that, it forced it because they beat him for 83 weeks. There's a podcast out there called 83 Weeks and everything. And it was like, yo, Vince and them was like, they was worried. So Vince, they was like, we knew it was only a matter of time before Vince was, because he's just like that as far as the marketing and stuff like that, and just a go-getter, that he was going to figure it out. And we were just trying to run as hot as we could. And then they started fumbling, and then the AOL mergers, a whole bunch of other stuff. They made a documentary about that. But yeah, like a lot of stuff, even the Mr. McMahon character, and he talked about it, Eric Bischoff talked about it. He was like, dog, that was me. Like basically, they took it and ran with it and made it way better and made it better. But he was like, "Dog, the whole boss and everything, that was dumb." Kevin Nash gave him the power bomb like years before that and stuff like that. So they basically took elements from WCW and just turned it up to the next level. But yeah, D-Generation X was like a knockoff version of NWO, and NWO to this day is still more popular than like almost anything other than like as far as merch wise, the 316 shirt is probably the only shirt that still sells more than the NWO shirt.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
I've been in a couple of it, like the NWO shirt is still prevalent, yo. Like it's the real deal. D-Generation X, you hear a lot of dudes that's like a little bit older than us that were watching wrestling. They was like, man, it was they were mad childish. Like I thought they was silly. I never even really liked them like that because when you really think about it, you're an adult. All the suck it, and a lot of this, the antics they had was mad. Like
the teenage stuff. No, they was literally appealing to the kids and the teenagers.
For us at the time.
It was for the little kids that they got the little the little boys that just doing too much.
The degenerates. Like yo, that was what that was.
That's all I always say. I feel sorry for the principals and the teachers at the time because you remember all the time. Little kids, this is boys.
I remember one time I lied to you not at I won't say the name of the school we went to as kids, but in elementary school, I seen somebody like drink some Gatorade and spit it in the air like Triple H. I'm like, yo, you wildin', yo.
He was having a tough time.
I'm not gonna lie, I did that. What are you talking about, bro? You never tried that?
Not in the middle of the school.
Oh, not in the middle of
He
school.
was in like class.
No,
I'm like, yo, wild in the
That's
cafeteria.
wild, yo. I
Spitting
never
out
did that.
chocolate milk all
This
over
was
the place.
outside or something like that. I might have
Wildin',
tried.
bro.
Yeah, never mind. Oh, it was in a pool.
No,
you know, you come out the pool.
I think it was at lunch or something, yo.
No, that's crazy. He's tripping.
Man, I had the strawberry and chocolate milk and went
some wild
crazy.
people. I didn't see some wild
time.
shit in school, so.
But yeah, overall the doc was good. The doc was supposed to just show like, it was really for like casual, like anybody who watch enough docs or you just paid attention to wrestling or you someone who watched wrestling all the way through for all these years. It's like stuff that really didn't surprise you. Maybe a thing here or there.
Yeah.
But like it was really meant for like the casual person who doesn't know much. Because for a person who
it worked for me. I didn't know much.
Yeah,
it worked exactly
for a person who's
me.
not super locked in, it was really good information. If you like, that's why people are like, oh, was it much? I'm like, dog, for the average person, it was a good doc because like that was a lot to learn in 6 episodes.
It was a lot.
We like
went through
mess.
the history.
That's what it is. We like messes as a society. We was looking for surviving McMahon, bro.
The majority.
That's what everybody was looking for him. I think everybody was looking for surviving McMahon.
The interviews were shot in 2021, 2022.
Exactly. It's way beforehand.
Then the stuff started.
It says it in there.
Yeah, they had to reshoot.
It said like 19 times throughout the whole documentary. This was filmed before the announcement of these.
Yeah, they want to make it clear.
Listen, man, yo, we gotta let this know.
And because the stuff started happening, it messed with how they were doing the doc. So they weren't even sure if it was going to get put out because Bill Simmons and some other people were part of putting it together. Like, so they weren't even sure. Then eventually, I guess, because Raw is going to Netflix. I guess it's a promo piece.
Yeah, they had to chill. Yeah,
it's
they
a
was like,
promo
we can't make the surviving on this. We about to make some bread.
Well, also, I mean, they could continue it. It's still open. Like, I don't think he hasn't been charged. It's been like 2 years. There's no charges.
Yeah.
He's resigned, sold all his stock, all of that, this, that, and the third. This is the first time the McMahon family hasn't had ownership in the company at all. It was that's how crazy it's. The WWE was a family company. It wasn't backed by like
it's pops.
WCW was backed by Ted Turner and Turner Sports like as a whole and stuff. Like Vince McMahon really, and then he went public and all. It's a crazy story, like just the origin story. But
I thought the origin, like that first episode, I didn't know all that.
They need to continue everything because they might have a part 2 in a tug red. Getting ready.
They about to get that bread, bro.
Another 6 more episodes, yo.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't want to bash him, but I was a little bit scared when I saw my boy Shawn Michaels. I'm glad you cleared that up for me because I'm like, all the other wrestlers look relatively healthy right now, but I was scared. I'm like, that was my boy, yo. Regardless of any alleged things that may have transpired, but he was a cool guy when we was kids, bro.
He aging a little rough, but he out there running. Anybody watches? He running NXT, which is basically like. It's SmackDown, Raw, and now you got NXT. That's like the other, what's the name? It's developmental, but it's
that's tough.
It's branded with major people as well in it, so it's not just.
He had a life, man. He lived a life.
Yeah.
He said it in the doc.
Yeah.
Vince was like,
well, I mean, his song was wild enough alone. You knew you got to be a wild boy if that's your ring song.
Even Vince was like, God damn, fam, chill out.
Yeah, they was
sometimes he had to tell him like, yo, relax, Sean.
Do they still do Hell in a Cell?
Oh, it's this. They haven't won this Saturday.
I think I mentioned that.
I'm like, yo,
who was at the Ravens joint?
This one is major.
Who was homie at the Ravens joint?
Seth.
Seth
Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
he was at the Ravens joint.
Yeah. They was promoting. They got a lot of stuff.
The pregame.
They making the most money they've ever made. Ever. Like it's
well, in the streaming era, it's also a new way to be able to see it because like. You remember, I don't think I ever saw a WrestleMania because them joints was like $50 back then,
you just
bro.
gotta have Peacock now.
I think maybe once we was at our God Brother's house and they might have had a WrestleMania or something on, but like
you had to watch it like
a live one,
or catch it in segments.
I never saw a live one,
No, that was a fact.
I never saw a live one.
Now the Hell in a Cell between, if anybody who's listening care, like it's they know Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk, 2 major players. The feud has been crazy. Amazing. I knew a Hell in a Cell was. It's the third one, and it's going to be the last one. I knew it was leading up to this months ago, and it's they brought back the pay-per-view is called Bad Blood. 27 years from the. They haven't had it in a long time, but it's 27 years from the original one, and the original one was Shawn Michaels versus the Undertaker in the first Hell in a Cell match.
That's so.
Which
fire.
Some people still consider probably the best one. Some might do Mick Foley the one after that, but yeah. So
I remember the Mick Foley. There was Mick Foley and Kane, right?
No, Mick Foley and Undertaker when he threw him off the Hell in a Cell. Iconic moment through the tape.
I thought he died, though.
Yes.
Yeah, my man was mad bloody.
I remember being a kid. I was like, what? Yeah. You couldn't tell me wrestling was fake in 97
Shawn Michaels
or
Undertaker was fired too, though. I remember that.
Even though that's not fake, you get thrown off.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's why I do love how they kept breaking that down. And that joint is like
a plywood joint. Like y'all wilding.
They kept reinforcing that in the documentary. I appreciated that because it's not fake. It's predestined, it's scripted. Yeah, I mean, like if you want to call it that. But
so like they not hitting you full force of punches, but like the slams and all.
Yeah.
Bro, people thinking
you can't fake falling from that high.
Yo, they tell you in a heartbeat the mat hurts. Like like the ring is not like it's just like it's some layer above it, and it's been better over the years, but it's still like wood and a thin layer of what's the name a cushioning over it, dog.
I'm mad I got off of it, man. When I was young, I wish I'd have stuck with it. I just couldn't. It just didn't keep me enthralled. Like
I was off him, and y'all know I got back in the game recently. Like.
I tried. I haven't tried. I gotta give it a shot. I still gotta give it a shot.
The Rock is about to come back. Everybody think it might be this sad. It's about to they going to the next level. It's amping up way more than it's ever been. We reminisce the Attitude Era. It's beyond that.
Me and Zay was out there. It was crazy.
Though, I remember that like Stone Cold.
The old
stuff.
lady came up to me and was like, "Who's that guy in that suit right there?"
The suit was loud. Yeah,
he did have a crazy suit on though.
He looked like a wrestler. Yo,
exactly like a wrestler.
He like his wrestler superstar.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What else we got on this, John?
I just wanted to just keep harping on the Attitude Era because it feels good because we were children when that happened. Like, bro. Like the way, because I didn't know, like going back to the NWO story and all that, like when they the WCW when they was cooking everybody, like I didn't know Stone Cold just improv and that's the bottom line.
Oh yeah,
because Stone Cold said so.
The whole promo,
bro. That's so fire, bro.
Of all time, yeah.
So hard.
And that's the bottom line.
Austin 316 said, "I just whipped you." That was all on the fly,
bro. Like The Rock too, though. The Rock came in there just swagging out, bro. Like yo, they really just.
What's funny is Stone Cold was in the EC, but he was in WCW before that, yo.
Yeah, he was stunning the mullet with the balding in the middle.
Stunning Steve, yo. People don't remember
the balding mullet.
Steve Austin all them dudes been around for forever.
Yeah, you look like a stocky Joe Dirt. Now he turned into the man for real, yo. Like
nice.
The crazy part is the grind to get to the top. That's what people don't watch or understand. Like you just not handed that. You gotta grind, yo.
And you gotta have the fans.
And it's real
crazy.
competition behind the scenes. Like, yo, we gotta work. I gotta my promos, my in ring a bit, like getting over with the crowd. Bro, wrestling is crazy. Like that's why so many docs in movies like The Wrestler and all this other stuff, yo. It's an interesting lifestyle, yo.
This is
Iron
wild,
Claw.